They say ironic is one of the most misused words out there, so I hope for the sake of this video I use it correctly. In my eyes, I believe there's a thin line between ironic and coincidence. I don't know why, but I tend to have trouble differentiating the two. I always seem to have conversations with myself in my head like, oh, that's ironic, or wait, is it just a coincidence? Which is it? Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I tried my best to gather up the best examples of what I thought were pretty ironic. Like right here, with Yao Ming being one of the tallest players in NBA history, you wouldn't really expect his shot to get blocked that often, let alone by one of the smallest guys to ever step foot on the court. That's equivalent to the world's greatest chess player losing to someone who only started playing yesterday. This video is full of stuff like that. And once again, maybe not all of these fit the description 100%, but you be the judge. Enjoy the video. Starting things off with Kobe's legendary final game, he dropped an incredible 60 points, which was definitely an epic way to cap things off. He just wanted to go out there and have fun. In other words, he just did the exact thing he always did that many used to have a problem with. You know, not really pass the ball to his teammates, just concentrated on what he was doing, which was totally understandable. He had every right to do so. It was his special night. But did you know that his final play on an NBA court was a pass to Jordan Clarkson for a game-sealing dunk? Ironically, he ended his career with the very same thing that people mostly complained about. The biggest criticism he constantly received was his lack of passing. Now, don't get it twisted, he was a very capable passer, but we just didn't see it as much as we would have liked. Here, he explains what I'm trying to say way better.
You know, what's funny, the thing that had me cracking up all night long was the fact that I go through 20 years of everybody screaming to pass the ball. Then the last night, they're like, don't pass it.
My teammates were just continuing to encourage me and continuing to say, dude, shoot, 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 shoot. And I was just like, it's like reverse. You go from being the villain to now being some type of a hero, and then go from everybody saying pass the ball to shoot the ball. It's like really strange.
In the 5th episode of the Last Dance documentary, they began with the 1998 All-Star Game, which was Kobe's first All-Star appearance, and was speculated at the time to be Jordan's last All-Star appearance. And let's just say that what Jordan said in the locker room was a little funny, coming from him of all people.
I don't believe the boys want to take everybody one-on-one. I know, right?
We talking about Kobe? Yeah.
He don't let the game come to him. He just go out there and take it.
He's gonna make his game.
Make this shit happen. I'm gonna make this a one-on-one game. If I was a teammate, I wouldn't pass him the fucking ball. Hey, you want this ball again, brother, you better rebound.
It was a taste of irony to hear MJ say that, considering he himself once took 49 shots in a single game before. He must have forgot that back when he was a younger player, he also played a similar way. In fact, Jordan once stated that he didn't want Phil Jackson as his head coach at first because he feared that he was going to take the ball out of his hands. Now, obviously, Michael was extremely successful playing like that, but it was just funny to hear him critique and poke fun at Kobe's approach to the game when he also had that same mentality. It would be like Steph Curry getting upset with a younger player for always wanting to shoot deep threes all the time. It just doesn't make sense. We all remember when Rudy Gobert jokingly messed around during a highly sensitive time. He didn't really take the situation seriously at all. So when it turned out that he ended up actually getting the very thing that he initially made fun of just a few days later, it was karma showing up at his door. But wait, it gets even more ironic because amazingly, Gobert was the one who scored the very first points of the NBA restart in the bubble, and many fans immediately pointed it out on social media. How fitting is it that the same player whose diagnosis led to the league shutting down would end up scoring the first bucket as soon as the NBA returned? Crazy, right? Look, I know it's unfortunate what happened to Nate Robinson. He definitely has been going through a lot lately, but once I spotted this, I just knew I had to put it in this video. Take a look at the shirt that one of his crew members was wearing during the fight. It was basically insinuating that Jake Paul was gonna end up on the ground like that once it was all said and done. But little did Nate know, he would be the one in that same lying position as he gave us an impersonation of his very own shirt. Remember this play?
Houston got its hands on it. Dort for three, blocked by Harden. Dort got it back, tried to throw it off Harden.
This is just oozing with irony, because one is known for his defense and the other is known for offense. But for this very moment, the roles were reversed. The scorer made the big defensive play. During OKC's first round matchup with the Rockets in the bubble, Dort was starting to get a little recognition for his great defense on James Harden. And we all know that throughout Harden's time in the NBA, he's been knocked for his pathetic defense. Also, you may realize that Harden was once on the other side of a game-sealing block in the past, so it was nice to see him get some redemption. These next two are both fairly recent. First, this comment made by Kyrie certainly made some noise.
You know, I felt like I was the best option on every team I played for, you know, down the stretch. This is the first time in my career where I could look down and be like, that motherfucker can make that shot too.
It's perfectly fine to say that, but you better make sure you can back it up. Now sure, you can't make them all, but what was interesting was to see them both miss a game-winning shot in the same possession. It was like those comments came back to haunt them. And another, if you want to say instant revenge, that happened not too long ago was when Dame made some comments that seemed to really get Steph Curry's attention. Not only did he go out there and win that next game, but he also would end up dropping his career high 62 points on the Blazers' head. Funny how things work out. We've all heard about that urban legend where supposedly Isaiah Thomas made it his mission to make Michael Jordan's first All-Star appearance a living hell for him by not passing him the ball. Well, fast forwarding to 2003, in an odd turn of events, Isaiah Thomas was the actual coach for the East All-Star team that Jordan was on. It was made clear that this was going to be Michael's final All-Star game, and Isaiah Thomas said something that was a complete 180 from the 1985 All-Star game. Quote, "I want to make his last All-Star game as enjoyable as possible. However many minutes he wants, however many shots he wants. But if someone told me back in the day that I'd be coaching him in this All-Star game, I wouldn't be able to say anything because I'd be laughing so hard. I would have never thought this would happen, but here we are today." Alright guys, so those were some examples of NBA situations that I believe had some irony sprinkled in them. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed any, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.